everyone. I'm Jasmine Warga, and I'm excited to read for you today a couple chapters from my new middle grade novel, which is coming out this October, called A Rover Story. And I thought I would start the reading by reading to you the letter that's in the front of the advanced reader copy that I wrote to readers, kind of explaining why I wrote the book and sort of what inspired it. So I'll start with that. Dear reader, on July 30th, 2020, my youngest daughter asked me to turn on the Mars rover launch. I have to admit that I did not even know that the new rover was launching that day. I'm still not quite sure how my daughter knew, but she is space obsessed, and I'm guessing she picked this up from like a Zoom school activity. So I turned on the launch, and my two daughters and I settled down to watch it. In truth, I only expected to sit for a few minutes before sneaking away to relish a couple moments alone while the kids were occupied. I mean, remember 2020? What happened instead is that I was immediately magnetized to the screen. I found myself deeply moved by the excitement of the scientists they were interviewing, the people who had worked for years on this rover. Our whole world felt broken and confusing, but this launch, was inarguably positive. It stood as a reminder to me that even when the whole world felt like it had ground to a halt, humankind was still finding a way to explore, still daring to dream in the boldest of ways. I held my breath as the rover's rocket launched into the air. My oldest daughter jumped off the couch and clapped, but my youngest daughter stayed seated, furrowing her brow into a familiar look of confusion. Finally, she asked, "Mama, do you think the robot is scared?" The book was born from that question. I never expected to write a book about a Mars rover, but once I started researching the rovers, the character of resilience popped into my head, and I knew I had found my next story. To me, this is a book about what it means to be scared, but to do something courageous anyway. All of my previous books grappled with questions of identity and belonging, and this book does too. It just comes at those questions from a different angle. And what a joy it has been to wonder about those things from this new vantage point. I can't tell you how much I loved working on this story. I've gotten to stretch my imagination, chase my curiosity, and revel in mind-blowing scientific facts. I hope this book will provide a similar experience for you. I hope it will remind you that even when the whole world feels broken, amazing things are still possible through creativity, teamwork, and ingenuity. Dream big, Jasmine. Okay, so that's kind of my primer to starting this read aloud. And speaking of read alouds, the book is dedicated to my mom. It says, "This one's for my mom who always read to me," because I think of all of my books so far, this one is the most suited to being read aloud. Okay, so part one, I'm going to show you the interior illustration because it's so pretty. Part one, preparing. The first day. I am not born in the way humans are, but there is a beginning, beeping, bright lights, a white room filled with figures in white hazmat suits. So much information to process, but I can handle it. I awake to knowledge. My circuits fire. The room cheers. A loud sound, but it does not startle me. I am not built for startling. I have been built for observation. And the sea of unknown figures, I focus on a face. I do not know if I have a face. If I have one, my information suggests it is not like this one. This face has what humans call lips. The human lips curl upward, a smile. I cannot smile, this I know, but somehow I understand the significance of this expression. I am learning. My mission has begun. Learning. I am built to collect and process information. That is how I learn. Here is some of the information I have collected. I am what is referred to as a robot. Most of the other beings around me are called humans. All the humans I interact with wear hazmat suits. This is to prevent microbacteria and dust particles from entering my environment. It is very important for my mission that I am kept in a sterile and clean environment. For some reason that I do not quite understand yet, humans call the white hazmat suits they wear bunny suits. I do not know what a bunny is. I frequently wonder about the possibilities. Most of the humans in bunny suits are what humans term scientists. This, I have deduced, is a subset of human. Perhaps I am a subset of robot, but I have not encountered enough robots to know for sure. I will wait to find out, but waiting can be hard. So, as you can see, those first two chapters are narrated by our Rover, by Resilience, affectionately nicknamed Res. But some of the book is also told, I'm going to show you the font so you can see it, in the form of letters. So this is the first letter in the book. Dear Rover, my teacher, Mrs. Ennis, asked us to write a letter to you. She's really excited. She says you're going on an amazing mission where you're going to find out amazing things. Mrs. Ennis really likes the word amazing. Mrs. Ennis kept looking at me while she talked about you. She even asked me if I wanted to explain to the other kids what you were, and I really didn't, not at all. No offense, but I'm already sick and tired of hearing about you all the time. Then she said, come on, Sophia, and I didn't want to disappoint Mrs. Ennis. So I told everyone how you are a robot who was created to explore the planet of Mars so that we can understand its atmosphere and environment better. That's kind of a mouthful to say, you know. I also told them how you were engineered to be really smart, that you are learning new things every day. Like yesterday, mom told me that your brain learned how to talk to your arm. My classmates had lots of questions, but I didn't know how to answer them. I bet mom could, though. Anyway, Mrs. Ennis wants us to enter the contest to name you, and I'm not sure I'm going to enter. No offense again. Though if I did enter, I would submit something awesome, like Spicy Sparkle Dragon Blast. I know enough to know that you can't talk like humans do, but if you could, I think you would tell me that you like that name. Okay, my hand is starting to hurt. I think it's written enough. Anyway, I don't even know if rovers can read. Maybe I'll ask mom tonight. Bye, Sophia. And that's it for what I'm going to read. But I'm really excited about the book, and it comes out in October. Thanks so much.